Kanye West has been a pretty divisive person for a while in American politics, as he's a black guy that's apparently a conservative and he likes Trump. How dare he, according to the left? But he does have a few screws loose up there too. So, I mean, fair is fair, right? My name's Tom. I'm reporting with the Daily Beltway. If it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest breaking news. Well, it looks like news broke today that Kanye West was being restricted from his money by a major worldwide bank. I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but it looks like that Chase Bank has given Kanye West the boot, according to Red State Politics. It states that Kanye West thinks that white lives matter. That was an absolute crazy thing that happened on Twitter. He put it out there and it just went bonkers. Everybody was attacking him left and right, and it was pretty absolutely insane. It says J.P. Morgan Chase Bank does not seem to feel the same way about Black lives. The banking giant did not seem to take well to Kanye. Before we get into this, Kanye changed his name from Kanye to just YE, whether it's Ye or Ye. I'm going to call him Ye. If that's wrong, please let me know. So JP Morgan Chase Bank does not seem to feel the same way about Black lives. The banking giant did not seem to take well to Ye's recent stunt at Paris Fashion Week. Well, it looks like they're going to make him pay, literally. Chase did not add any context to their severance letter, but the Daily Wire's Candace Owens did get a hold of the letter and posted it to Twitter. She redacted some of the names to protect the privacy of the other partners in Kanye West's company. The letter reads, "Dear Ye, redacted. We are sending this letter to confirm our recent discussion with Redacted that JP Morgan Chase N.A. the bank has decided to end its banking relationship with Yeezy LLC and its affiliated entities, collectively the company. To provide the company with sufficient time to transition to another financial institution, we will continue to maintain the accounts attached as Exhibit A, including all related products and service, until November 21st, 2022. To avoid any transaction delays, we suggest that you stop processing company transactions and or using any products associated with the accounts 5 business days before the scheduled closure date set forth above. My apologies. After the date, the bank will close any open accounts and after any deduction of any permissible service charges and pending transactions, remit all remaining funds in the form of a check delivered to the company at the address of record. We ask that you act promptly to transfer your business to another financial institution before November 21st, 2022. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to your banking contact. Thank you for your attention in this matter." It's crazy we live in the United States of America. And we think that we own our dollars. We own the money that we have. But again, Chase is their own business. They can deny anybody, business for whatever reason. It's just absolutely asinine. I would assume that Kanye's got a whole bunch of money sitting in that bank account. And then these guys are like, yeah, we don't need it. We don't like his politics. We don't like Trump. We don't like the way these guys are going. And they just decide to unilaterally kick people out with any kind of investigation or anything else going on into it. It's wild. There was also another video that Kanye just had an interview with Tucker Carlson, and I think they probably kicked him out because of some of this stuff. Give it a second here.
When I sit across the table from a Josh Kushner and he just feels so entitled to that idea, and this person has never brought anything of value other than so-called being a good venture capitalist, I have a major issue with that. And it makes me feel like they weren't serving my boy, Trump, the way we could have, because, Trump wanted nothing but the best for this country. And it doesn't, Moses stuttered and saying God is not always going to bring the most perfect personality. A lot of times the most fake people, their job is talking and making people feel comfortable.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tucker Carlson just goes into a close there. I mean, who would think that I bank with a few different banks, and it was just because I get a different interest rate at one, and this other guy, they do something else. You get a line of credit. You know how it is. But to think that you have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into a bank, and that bank is then taking that cash and loaning it out, and they're making money on your money sitting there, and they give you a couple percentage points on the back end, that they would just decide arbitrarily to just terminate your banking relationship over a couple tweets. Now, what Kanye did tweet, and the reason why everybody thinks that Chase Bank got rid of him, was over an anti-Semitic tweet that he had on Twitter. I believe it was last week. And it says that if this is a decision related to West's fashion choices and his unfortunate anti Semitic rant on Twitter recently, then I quite agree with Candace Owens that this is concerning. However, the Daily Beast claims to have spoken to someone close to the situation who says Chase had made their decision to sever the ties with West well before his infamous White Lives Matter shirt or his problematic tweeting. It says a source close to the situation tells Daily Beast the letter was sent on September 20th, weeks before his anti Semitic tweet at his fashion show. Just pretty much reiterated whatever was there. It says, I'm moving my money over from JP Morgan to Bank of America, possibly because I go and move 140 million over to JP Morgan, and Jamie Dimon never calls me, West said at the time. I find out that Jing Ulrich is one of the heads of the board at Adidas and one of the heads of the board at JP Morgan, and they have to treat me a certain way at Adidas. It doesn't matter how much money you move over there. It's possible. I mean, people have a lot of political leanings that they just won't budge on. And, again, they're a standalone business. And it's unfortunate, but it's absolutely psychotic in modern day America that would happen, regardless. I mean, imagine if they did that to Barack Obama. People would be losing their minds. I mean, especially like, oh, no, we got to kick that leftist out of, Bank of America. Okay, terminate all your business ties with Barack Obama. The left would be collectively losing their minds. I guess Black Lives Matter only applies to people who have the same political viewpoint as them. And just because Kanye West is a Trump supporter doesn't mean that, he should be kicked out of all these things. It's this country, we're going way far down into the 2% on each end of the spectrum. I think is really starting to blow things out of the water. And it's leading us down a scary path. But I don't know if any of you guys watch Tim Pool or not. There is a parallel economy, separate banking systems, infrastructures. PayPal just came out saying that they wanted to fine people $2,500 if they had misinformation posted on any of the platforms, and then PayPal was just going to start ripping money out of the account. Then after they flopped and their stocks went down and the public lost their minds, they were like, "Oh no, that was an error. That was an error. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to do that." But no, they absolutely did. And we're starting to see this huge trend from these banks and these social media giants and everybody else. They really just want to shut down people that don't have the same opinion as them politically. It's wild. We live in a country with the freedom of speech where it doesn't matter what somebody says. It does matter what they say because we can get angry about it, but they still have the freedom to say that. And we should allow people to have a dissenting opinion regardless of it. Like I find myself probably center right, a little bit further I'm right on some issues than others, and I have some leftist ideals, but I'm not going to shout down somebody on the left or somebody who has the exact opposite of the way I feel about something because I want to hear their opinion, because maybe I'll grow a little bit more, and if they listen to my opinion, maybe they'll grow a little bit more. But that's the point of America, is we want to have dissenting opinions because that's how we everything mushes together and we have a conversation and something better comes of it. But when you start shutting people down, ban them off social media and Facebook, and you have millions of right-wingers now that are without any of the social media outlets that we had before, it's putting the country in a really bad position. I'm going to finish off the article here with Red State. It says, it is true that Kanye West did say those things, and it is also true that investors and business partners don't typically like to be insulted by the people they're doing business with. It's also true that the letter Owens posted does not include a date. If the letter was indeed sent in September, that would make a lot more sense than it being sent last week. It is much more believable that a giant corporation like JP Morgan Chase will give a booming business at least 2 months to move their accounts. One month seems like a tight squeeze. In my opinion, this is something of West's own making. It's bad business to blame your investors for your own failures and to insult them publicly, especially if you have a platform like Kanye West. I'm not sure we should expect Chase to continue to support a huge client who obviously doesn't support them. That's not personal, it's business. Owens and West could put an end to the speculation by posting the date of the letter sent. So far, Chase has not officially responded to the report. Even the Daily Beast report admits that none of this is confirmed, and much remains up in the air. Real or not, Ye is doing what Ye does best, and better than anyone in the world, probably. He's making people talk about him. I mean, the old adage that Trump would say, I don't care what they say about me as long as they spell my name right. Things happen. And Kanye, he knew what he was doing when he was coming out in 2016, 2017, and he came out and he started talking about Trump, and he's wearing his MAGA hat everywhere. He knew he was going to get attacked. Maybe he didn't know he was going to start getting his bank accounts canceled. I think he got a lot of death threats. There's all sorts of crazy stuff. People on the left side of the political spectrum were calling him all sorts of slurs and different names. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, did you expect anything different, Kanye? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, have a great night. Thanks.